Hello everyone, this is Sam DeNorma with Brighton Securities and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the 4% rule. Where did it come from, what does it mean, and why is it important? So the 4% rule was popularized by an advisor named Bill Bengen in the 90s. And Bill was trying to come up with a quick rule of thumb to determine a safe withdrawal rate for his clients in retirement, regardless of market conditions, right? Because we never know what's going to happen in the future. And we want to make sure that we're planning for our fair share of good times and bad times. So we can look back in time. I've got a nice chart here that goes back to the 1870s. So let's take a look at this study. The parameters are as follows. So we're trying to determine the lowest distribution rate that worked across all time frames. And what we're looking at here is a 30-year retirement window. And then we're going to slide it forward 1 year at a time. And each time we're going to record what was the safe distribution rate where we didn't run out of money before the end of the 30-year window. We're going to assume a portfolio that is 60% large cap stocks and 40% intermediate term government bonds. We're going to base our withdrawal rate on the balance in year one. And then we are going to increase it for the actual inflation that occurred in that given year. Okay, so we've got our nice little ruler tool here. Let's take a look. So what we can see is that if we butt it up against the lowest distribution rates, it's about 4.5%. So that means that going all the way back to the year 1871, there was not a 30-year window where a 4.5% distribution rate failed to get you through the end of a 30-year retirement window, okay? There were a lot of years that were significantly higher, and the average is about 6.5%, but that's not what we care about, right? What we want to know is what was the lowest distribution rate during the worst case scenario, right? Because what we're trying to guard against here, and let me get rid of the chart now, what we're trying to guard against is something called sequence of return risk, okay? And sequence of return risk means that we're not so much concerned with long-term average returns, right? An investor might have a 5% return over a 30-year period, an 8% or a 10%, but what matters more is the order in which these returns occur, okay? Because if you happen to get unlucky and retire during a market crash, like let's say you retired during the Great Depression, or you retired in 2008, or you retired during the stagflation era in the 1970s, you want to hope for the best, but you want to plan for the worst. And that is where it's important to keep in mind sequence of returns risk. Okay, so the 4% rule shows that going back to the 1870s, you were always safe as long as you kept your distribution rate under 4%. Okay, so now what do we want to do next is we want to take this to the next level, and we want to customize this for your own personal situation. And that's going to be the topic of our next video. We're going to talk about something called Monte Carlo simulation, okay? And it's really important that, the takeaway from this video, from the 4% rule, isn't the number 4, okay? It's not 4%. What's important is the concept of guarding against sequence of return risk. So now we can take this to the next level and we can customize this, right? Because not everybody's the same, right? Everybody's portfolios will be different. Everybody's individual goals and needs are going to be different. This study doesn't account for Social Security, pensions, inheritance, the different taxability of your accounts. And so this is where we want to take things to another level. And in order to build a comprehensive financial plan, we want to have all of these factors included. So that will be the topic of our next video, where we'll talk about Monte Carlo simulation. I hope you will tune in for that video. It shouldn't be too much longer here. Maybe about a week from now, we'll post that video. So hope to see you back. And if you found this video entertaining and you found some value in it, I hope that you will subscribe, like, and share with your friends and family. So again, Sam DeNorma with Brighton Securities, and hope to see you back here soon. Thank you.